Hello everyone, how are you doing? Hope you're having a great day so far. I'm pretty much under the weather, but let's try to get this video done before it gets any worse. This is the Demoscene report of December 2023, where I go through all of the things that happened in the Demoscene, any news and highlights of the latest active Demoscene of December 2023. Put them all in this video summarizing everything, and then everything's on the description below as well, linked, and the playlist ready for you to play everything. So without any further ado, and using the wonderful image that Sule made for the field effects Monday night jam that just happened yesterday, with a little Santa and his reindeers clopping away. Let's take a look at the first thing that we have on the menu for us today, which is the top of the month. And the top of the month, we usually take a look at Poet, where we have the latest things that happened. So, previous month and a half of releases, Apex by Conspiracy, the demo tool that they've been using for 4 or 5 years to do different releases throughout the years, was released just on the final days of November. Got a lot of thumbs up, went immediately to the top. Emergency by Disaster Area released at the Syntax demo party at the end of November as well, also here on the top. Sellafield from Comparade, and we'll talk about Comparade later on the video. Unknown Worlds just freshly released that silly venture, got tons of thumbs up as well, doing stuff on the links that shouldn't be possible to do on the Atari links. Spaceboot intro by Scoopax, also creeping up here. Some productions from Function, some productions released outside of anything. I think this was released outside, maybe it was at Function. Another demo from Function, demo from Comparade, all sorts of different things listed here. Only a few of Inércia stuff creeping up, Face ID and Teletext, but we'll talk about that in a few minutes as well. So let's move on to the next item, because we have a lot of things to cover on this beginning of the month, a lot of activity happening. Let's take a look at the Demoscene media that we have for you today. So first things off, Soul of HSA and TOT and a few other groups had this legendary introduction to graphics programming on his website. He's revamping it, modernizing it, and he's asking for some feedback on Poet. You can also, if you follow the link, you can see what he has so far as well. It's a basic boilerplate framework for doing cross-platform code. Very simple, but a very good introduction piece for if you're learning to do frameworks for doing some graphics programming stuff. Then we had the 64 NOPS number 2 being released. They ran a fundraiser for funding it. It was met. They are starting to release it. There were also some prints of this amazing artwork by Made of Bomb that he did for the cover of the magazine. They were available for buying, but I think the deadline was a couple of days ago, maybe a week ago, so probably out of luck, but talk with Made, maybe if you like this, maybe he still has a few prints left. So yeah, really good cover artwork, promising articles. Fortunately, it's all in French. My French is a little rusty. I do read it, I managed to read it, but I'm not sure if it's something for me particularly. But if you're into the CPC scene, definitely a must-have, especially if you're a French CPC scener. Other things that came out on the Demoscene Related media, I found this interesting video, ECLIPSE, the demo that sold 3D to Nintendo, a lost cart where they showcased 3D technology for the Nintendo Game Boy, and they found that card and they have a whole video talking about that story. A very good article and a video as well explaining all the different, like why this card in particular was important, how it was found. So very cool. If you like this historical stuff borderlining into game development, console development, then definitely check out this article recently released. And then we a Kodelife in Unity Gamma being released as well, a plugin for Unity, I believe, that allows you to do some live coding stuff with Kodelife, or Kodelife integration directly into Unity that allows you to do some live coding stuff using the Kodelife interface if you're used to it. Similar to Bonsomatic and stuff like that, and Shader toy, but slightly different as well. Thought it was worth mentioning this as well because it feels very Demoscene related. I think they use it on VR chat as well, if I'm not mistaken. Anyways, then we had this very good article, the Commodore Amiga and its Undying Adoration by Anarchist Creatives. Pretty much a party report of revision last year, or revision this year, 2023. But made very in-depth, very taken care of, a lot of text, explaining a lot of things. Very good, like, introductory text to the demo scene. So cool to share with other people, especially if they like Amiga and they don't know that the demo scene is still very active on Amiga. I think this article, it's a really good way to share and explain those things to oldcomers and newcomers alike. Then there was this new release of this pixel graphics editing tool for the Commodore 64 called Albert. Version 1.1 just got released. They released a video doing a Christmas promo of it, showing the new features that has. Pretty good video, very short, but to the point, and shows you the capabilities of Albert. Then we had another video being released on Stamps Back, the Collector's Edition. They did a fundraiser to do the DVDs of the extended Collector's Edition with all the extra interviews or non-edited interviews and things like that. And they did a little promotion video, so check it out. And if you don't have the DVD yet, this is a good edition to get. Another Demoscene archival stuff that was just recently released as well was the Demoscene The Logo Art. It's a full book, hardcover book, full of logos from the Amiga days mostly, I think. Oh, it says here, all kinds of scenes. Amstrad, Amiga, Atari, Commodore 64, PC, Pico 8, NES, SNES, and PS2. So just pixel art logos of all different sorts of kinds. If you like Demoscene art, you should probably get this book. I think they also did a fundraiser for launching this as well. And they have a few other books as well. If I go here, you can see all the books that they put out throughout the years. It focused on Amiga a lot. That's why in my head I thought this was Amiga, but it's more than Amiga. And yeah, new book. It just came out, so check it out as well. Then we had Vandalism News number 74 was released at Sigraph Asia 2023. We talked about it before on previous episode of this report. They're trying to do some outreach on Sigraph itself with the Demoscene corner there. They were open to new releases, but also open to releases that were released throughout all of the year. So it's a bit of a best of the year competition, as well as a new releases competition. Vandalism News was one of the few things that was released originally there, or premiered originally there at Sigraph, but they did this promotional video explaining it as well, like the origins, why it's important, and some preview as well into the articles that are contained on the magazine itself. Haven't had a chance to read it yet, but Vandalism News is always a very good read. Jazzcat does awesome work, so definitely recommend you checking it out. And still regarding Sigraph, we had some quasi results being posted on Facebook. I'm not sure if it's completed or not, if they're doing anything else, but these are the results that I saw posted by Jazzcat. Overall winner of the submissions that were submitted throughout the whole year was The Legend of Sisyphus by AST. Wonderland 14 on the 8-bit category, Amazing by Desire on the 16-bit category, and Neocolora on the 32-bit category. Boo by Reflex gets the technical achievement as well. I wanted to submit my fantasy console demo for assembly here, and I ran out of time. I was doing it on the last day, but time zone in Australia is different from in Europe, so it wasn't the last day, it was the day after the last day. So yeah, I screwed up on that. Anyways, all the results are available here I'm not sure if this is the official results or if there will be like a proper text file listing everything properly. But so far, this is what I could find. Anyways, moving on. After Sigraph, we had this little music disc that was put together as December feelings, picking 20 tracks from the Demoscene, picked by the Versus team and the AMP website. They picked 20 tracks and they did a mix out of that, so you can download the MP3 and listen to some Amiga mod music to celebrate your Christmas. What else do we have? We have, the Meteoriks. The Meteoriks are coming up. They're looking for more jury members to join. I'm not sure if I will have time for it yet this year. But you should definitely, if you don't agree with the results that come out every year, you should definitely join and try to, influence them a little bit, discuss things a little bit. Pretty much what you have to do is watch all the demos that happened throughout the year of that specific category that you're a jury of, and then discuss them with other jury members, and you end up voting and deciding what is the ones that should be nominated and win the award. So do consider doing that. It's an important thing. It's nice to have a rotation as well, so it's not always the same people being on the jury duty, so please do consider doing so. Dojo will appreciate it. Then we had the Nano Awards also happening. Nano Awards is specifically done for size-limited, for tiny size coding intros, and it's organized by Lovebyte. So as a sort of spin-off or anti-Meteoriks. So the Meteoriks covers all of the Demoscene supposedly, but the tiny intros were never really well represented there. So Lovebyte organizing team decided to create the Nano Awards, focused specifically on Nano Awards for the old school intros, high-end intros, and fantasy console intros. So if you want to nominate some entries that you saw throughout the year that were good in any of these categories, you can go to DemoZoo, click one of these links here, and you can recommend those entries to be considered for the best entry of the year of the Nano Awards. I think it will be, the ones that you recommend here will be the pool that you can vote then, and then the votings will be open and on Lovebyte it will be announced who is the winner of the best overall tiny size intro for all these kind of different categories. So yeah, if you follow the tiny size coding scene, please submit some entries here. If you don't follow the tiny size coding scene, this is a great opportunity to see the list of all the tiny size coding things that were released throughout the year and submit some to the Nano Awards. So please consider doing that on your holidays. And I think that's, no, we have one more thing to talk about, which is the Tiny Code Christmas. It launched, we're already on the 10th day or something like that. So what is Tiny Code Christmas? Tiny Code Christmas is a spin-off from Lovebyte, organized by Dave84 and J-Truck. And I know J-Truck did the invitation. Dave84 is the main organizer, and I think the Watcher is also involved, and a few other people are also involved. Anyways, the point is you have a very succinct, explicit videos on introduction to doing graphics programming for complete newbies, using fantasy console platforms, because it's easier to have that sandbox. So either TIC80 or Pico 8, and they have day by day getting started explaining the basics, like what is a variable, what is a loop, how you can do this, how you can apply this to doing things, the basics of getting started, of making some shapes, animating things with time, and little by little you start learning some graphics programming. So it's an excellent tutorial to get into graphics programming. If you never coded and want to learn how to code graphics, this is a great place to start. If you have kids like getting on the teens and interested in doing graphics, this is a great place to start. There's a single video every single day explaining how to do the things step by step. And then there are some exercises that you can try for the rest of the day to try to do the effect they recommend you to do. And if you're an advanced user, there are also some extra challenges as well, where you can do a very basic Demoscene customary effect, but try to optimize it for size. And there are a lot of people battling for this, especially on the Discord, on the Tiny Code Christmas Discord, a lot of activity happening there. Also hit the news items on Hacker News as well. The videos are getting thousands of views now. Last year was a major success. We got a lot of newcomers that came in through the Tiny Code Christmas, started being active on the demo scene. So I highly recommend you checking it out, and I highly recommend you to passing it along to some friends that are interested in graphics programming but never found the right opportunity to get into it. This is a great way to get into it. Please consider checking it out. And that's it in terms of Demoscene related media. Let's jump into something else, which is the out of Compo releases that we have for you today. We also have quite a lot because this month has been crazy with stuff. Like Christmas is always crazy with new releases. Not that many parties, but always a lot of stuff happening. Christmas Compo invite by Fairlight for the Commodore 64. They're having a Christmas. You always have a shit ton of tiny happy Merry Christmas, Happy New Year intros coming up. So they decided to do a competition for it, so that it's even more annoying. I don't know why people like doing Christmas invitations. Anyways, Fairlight did an invitation. They're running a competition. If you want to submit something for the competition, please do submit it. The deadline is probably 25th let's take a look actually. When is the deadline? 24th of December apparently. So yeah, please consider submitting something. I think it's a Commodore 64 only party because it says so right here. But yeah, if you do some code for the Commodore 64, consider participating on Fairlight's thing. Then we had Artstate releasing a couple of music discs for the Amiga, Fat Tracks number 2 and Fat Tracks number 3. I think it's just repurposing music that was released previously and just packaging it into music discs, but I haven't really listened to them. But if you like music for the Amiga, check out these 2 music discs. More stuff that we had the Restore diskmag number 3 being released. We're just complaining that there were no Spectrum diskmags anymore being released, and we worked on one for Inércia Demo Party, more about that later. And on the same weekend, this comes out, and this is in Czech or Slovakian or both, I'm not sure. But so I can't read it because I don't know Czech, but it's cool that it came out and that people still make diskmags for the ZX Spectrum. This came out at JHCon, a small conference that happened in the beginning of December, at the same time as Inércia, I believe. And yeah, some texts by a few different Czech sceners, so check it out, especially if you understand Czech. Then we had the KHR Sample Pack 04 music disc being released as well. Spanish scene, they throw some samples at each other and they challenge each other to make some music out of it. Reelin in the Years by Pretzel Logic, also released out of any competition because they can. There were like 4 parties happening that weekend and they released outside of any compo because they can. Chipsynth C64 demo, also released, focusing on the chip strategy. Simulating some chips. As far as I know, Format is gonna complain that I'm saying this wrong. I apologize, Format. But yeah, it seemed like an interesting thing. I hadn't had time to check it out properly, but it's rated pretty good on CSTB, so definitely check it out. Then a Christmas demo for the Amstrad CPC was also released. CGA Bubble Universe, another version of this bubble effect that I also covered and a few other people also covered, this time for the MS-DOS with CGA Palette. Very good AY music release for the BK0010 or 0011. Released by CSI, as usual, very active on the Electronica BK demo scene, and this was a very good music disc as well. Then we had another release for the Commodore 64, celebrating 40,000 members. Fantastic 4Cracking group releases this little intro. Artstate doing a few more things for the Amiga. 2.0 is the name of the demo. Haven't checked it yet. Alien Holiday Greetings by Platoon also released, another Christmas invitation or a Christmas intro. being released. And what else do we have? Benediction Coding Party, finally, months after Benediction Coding Party was done, and I kept complaining that the releases were not released properly. Finally, they released a pack. So thank you for that. I haven't had the time to check it yet, but definitely check it out, especially if you like Amstrad CPC. I will definitely be checking it. Well, I have to watch the YouTube when I'm creating the playlist, so I will check it. So yeah. Cool. Thank you for releasing the releases properly on the pack. And then a little MSX Christmas intro as well, released by Fizzer and the Royal Elite Ninjas Incorporated for the MSX. And that is all of the out of Compo releases that we have for you today. And I screwed up on this change. Let's take a look at the demo parties that happened this month. Comparade didn't actually happen this month. Comparade happened last month, but they hadn't released the results properly yet. Or they had released the results, they hadn't released the releases properly yet. Now they finally did, and I've been adding the stuff to Demoscene, the graphics and stuff. So this is the combined graphics at Comparade, only 6 entries, but all of them quite decent. This is an executable SVG graphics. Like it has the JavaScript code embedded in the SVG, and then it creates the little tree. Some Robocop pixel art. Shayna also did this hand-drawn Cowie riding a reindeer. A Psychon, I guess this was made in Blender. Very good rendering as well. And the winner was for the Pico 8 with some pixel art by Raven. So this was the combined graphics at Comparade 2023. Combined music was won by Tio. Combined new school demo intro was won by Nuance. I have a bug that doesn't show the production when it's only one production. I'm going to show this instead. Very good 4K, like very complex visuals, very good interaction with the sound as well. So very solid 4K overall. Was very impressed with this one. Single release, but very good quality. So well done, Nuance. And I think they're practicing to try to win a revision again. So very curious to see what they do. Then we had the combined old school demo intro competition. Third place interfill by Harvey for the Commodore 64, just a 128-byte intro. Then we had an Amiga demo called Rolf Shitro by Business. I ran it to see this screenshot, to take this screenshot. It felt silly, but yeah. And then the winner was the invitation for the Mountain Bites party that's happening in February. This was released by Attention Whore, and it's called Alleluia. So it's like Hallelujah, but with cows, because it's on Mountain Bites, and they have cowies, obviously. So yeah, funny little invitation intro there as well. Please check it out. And then the winner was the winner of the Wild competition, or the single participant of the Wild competition, was Fasta Wild by Abyss. And doing some music things and some visualization on the goggles. Very basic Wild from what I understood, but not many competition anyways at Comparade. Small little party in Germany, but it's nice to have these parties to be able to socialize with some friends. So yeah, Comparade done. Let's move on to the next party, because we have quite a few number of parties to go through. Next up we have Inércia, which I helped organize and still slowly recovering from. Let's take a look at the releases that we had. Demo Compo was quite packed. We tried a few something slightly different this year. We had some showcases instead of having everything as competitions. We only had 4 competitions for real-time executables only, and everything else was on showcases. So we had a music showcase, graphics showcase, the Wild showcase. All of them were quite good in terms of quality. And the demo competitions, we had to cut down 2 of the compos. We were left with the Fantasy Console 512 bytes intro, and the demo competition, which was pretty solid. 10 entries, which is pretty good for Inércia. We had 80 people visiting the party. In 9th place, Scrappy Demo by Boo and Thiago Nunes, their first time making a demo. Then Acida by Acida Crew, also their first time. Well, some of the members were their second time making a demo. Experimenting with shaders, fast-made demo, but pretty good attempt. Let's see if they improve for next year. Then we had an invitation for the 68K Inside, made for the Amiga by AFWD, Decadence, and SpritePoint. Thank you, Depeche of SpritePoint for submitting this. Interior by Eucalyptus, a very good ambient demo, was also released at Inércia. Thank you, New and Alien, for submitting this. Pompon Gali by Totet Mat. Great visuals, great sound. I think the sound was recycled from Observer, from an intro by Observer, but very solid 4K. Fifth placing is not very well assigned, but it had some good competition, so it can be understandable. But very good intro. Don't dismiss it just because it got 5th place. Slipstream did this amazing Teletechno demo for the BBC Micro. Really good, especially if you like techno banger soundtracks. Really good to see it being done on this old 8-bit computer. That's even crappier than the Spectrum from what I know of its specs. So really cool to see that. Thank you very much, Toback, for investing so much time into doing this, and I highly recommend everybody checking it out. Ninja de Gaia by Fast Compo Productions, another name for Mahmoud or Gaia Space Agency. How to explain this? First of all, it's a fuck you to all the Germans who do this weird Germans joke demos that we don't understand. So now we have some Portuguese joke demos as well that foreigners will not understand because the lyrics are all in Portuguese. So there's this, how the hell can I explain this? There's this person from Gaia, which is the city on the other side of Porto, where I'm from and Genio is from, and Antigor is also originally from. And he prides himself as being a ninja, that he plays music that it's amazed, that enchants everyone around him, and old school music chanted in the old school ways. And there's these famous videos of him posting about that, and like everybody knows him at the boat. When he comes to immigrate back and forth, he knows the people on the boat, and everybody loves how he sings, and he will keep doing it because it's the right way to do. So they decided to make a tribute demo to it, a joke/tribute demo to him, with some very cheesy trance music on it, and some quotes from him speaking about his things. And actually a pretty solid demo, probably could easily have won. We got 3rd place. 2nd place we had Face ID by Glens and Nothing, a very cute little demo, a little bit conceptual there with some mouth covering things. Thank you Cremax and Evil for this submission as well. And in 1st place we had This is Internet, a techno demo by T Drinker, done using Unity and reusing some of the tricks that he already did from a few other demos, but very solid, very well made, very good sound. Ended up winning the competition, so congratulations T Drinker. Very good demo competition at Inércia. Was very happily pleased to see all the different submissions. Thank you everybody who submitted something and considered submitting something for Inércia. It was a lot of work organizing the party, so we appreciate all the submissions. And we had the Fantasy Console 512 bytes. As I mentioned, I did a little crash course on TIC80 on the beginning of the party to try to encourage a few people to do some entries. I got 3-4 more entries out of that. So success. This was one of them. 30-minute demo by Rafitz, made in 30 minutes. His first demo ever, I believe. And yeah, thank you for the submission. Hope that next year you do something a little bit more intricate, but good to have it anyways. Then 16 bytes by Algorias, which is a little bit of a joke demo, because 16 bytes on TIC80, it's nothing. And this is literally just saying that the scan lines should be a clear screen and that the tick function should be a clear screen. This is all it does, and it does this bars effect out of that. Then we had an intro by Evil of Accession doing his first TIC80 production, a little techno banger glitch aesthetics thing. Then we had an entry by Noglin, a Swedish scener who was traveling here to Inércia, did this lens effect, fake lens effect, doing some not interlacing, but not interpolation either, what's it called? Like one frame showing one color, the other frame showing another color. So you can see some transparency, some fake transparency that way. Also has sound, which was really cool. Pond by Garfield as well, with some nice little plings there, simulating the pond, the rain falling on the pond. Agrippa Vanity is one of my favorites from the Compo, very solid looking. I love GRZ procedural graphics stuff, and this was quite good as well for Satan. Fourth place was my own entry, just a filler entry that I wanted to do, make sure the Compo had enough entries. Smash My Bits Up by Zep, the creator of Pico 8, representing here Pico 8 itself. Really good, 512 bytes for the Pico 8. Didn't have sound, but on Pico 8 it's kind of hard to have sound as well as visuals. You can't pack as much stuff as you have for the TIC 80, so pretty solid entry overall. Xmas by Rift got second place by J-Truck and Mantronic, and in first place Thorold but Gold by Pellicus. Very good visuals, no sound whatsoever, but he polished the visuals so much that people ended up giving him first place anyways. Thank you everybody for the submissions. Congratulations to Pellicus for winning that one. Really good, solid compo. And I was a bit afraid that we would lose the momentum from previous year, because previous year's Fantasy Console 512 bytes was pretty solid. And I was wondering that if this year it wouldn't just die out because the usual people that were participating last year were not participating this year. Turned out pretty good, pretty solid. So I think we will do it again next year. Let's see how it goes. Then we had the showcases, as I mentioned before. Graphics showcase for all sorts of different graphics. Jacques and Black Wine were doing this entry until the very last minute. We were running the component, they were still doing it. A 4K executable for the Amiga. It's just still a work in progress. They promised that they would do a bug-fixed final version soon, and then they went to Silly Venture and they forgot about it, but should be soon. Should be coming any day now. Very good entry by Sumalet as well, all the way from Australia, submitting some executable procedural stuff for Windows. Some photo submissions by Ivileta Brain Control, very good composition on this one. Animation graphics by Sule as well, from Poland. Loso from Germany submitting this Teletext entry as well, really cool stuff. Pixel graphics for the Commodore 64 by Copas. Photo by Aljoy taking on the trip to the party place. An object by on the forest by Nosfe. What the hell is a cube doing there? It's art. My own entry doing some A-art last minute thing, just as a filler. Color Flash by Totetmat, 4K executable graphics, also very good quality. A nice funny demo by, a nice funny entry by Mikaleos. It has steps as well, explaining the whole concept on how he did this amazing, hard to draw picture. The Lord of the Bits doing some AI art stuff as well by Evil. Some ANSI artwork by Czechs from Argentina. Ballet of Transformation by Paul Falcão, which is an animated logo, everything using AI art technology, using Comfy UI, if I'm not mistaken, which he has been exploring to do some stuff. Really interesting results that he had with this. Amazing pixel artwork by Farfar. Thank you so much for this submission. This looks stunning, amazing. If this would be a compo, this would probably be a compo winner for sure. Amazing attention to detail on the dithering. Awesome stuff. I can't praise it enough. Really great graphics work. We had some Commodore 64 Petsky artwork as well by Stanislav of Powerbyte. More photo art, this time by Licube, also very conceptual, very cool piece. Lepista Nuda is watching by Tininga, also very good. A mushroom graffiti that we have very close to our house here. Some digital drawn artwork by Yogi Beer. Some conceptual thing. More Commodore 64 Petsky, this time by Bex. Some Blender animation by Marex. Photoshop drawing by Callisto, which is the mother of Marex. And some Petsky artwork by Mrs. Beanbag as well. And then to round things up, the Pico 8 graphics entry by Hepterida. Thank you so much for all the submissions to the graphics competition. I think it was really good showcase, not competition. I still say competition by default. I think it was solid. If this was a bigger party, we would have too many entries. But yeah, I think the concept worked in a way to trim down the fat in terms of people focusing on quality instead of quantity. So yeah, I think it worked pretty well overall. Anyways, music showcase. We also had quite a few number of entries, pretty good music, some reference to some ZX Spectrum music happening in there, and just as well with an amazing Amiga player music as well. Some streaming tracks as well of high quality. So really good range of different entries on the music comp as well. Then we had the Wild Showcase where anything would go, and we had some very good, interesting releases there as well. The diskmag that I was talking earlier in the show that we released, Subliminal Ecstasy number 5. I did a bunch of articles for this and in cooperation with Lord Coxis, which is the programmer for this. Also helped him find some music for it. Very solid diskmag for the ZX Spectrum. That was our point. We're trying to make an active ZX Spectrum diskmag. And we are trying to do issue number 6 for forever. So if you have some articles lying around or some things that you want to say about the ZX Spectrum scene, submit them to Lord Coxis in time for forever. Let's see if we can get issue number 6 released there. The invitation for the Tiny Code Christmas that I already talked about on this video. This was released simultaneous for the Pico 8 and the TIC 80, so the same intro on both systems here shown side by side on the Wild. And there was a cameo appearance of me as well, which was funny. A little video by Totet Matt showing some integration with the push-to Novation system to change Bosomatic displays there. I need to get one of those for my VJing things. How to Make Techno in 5 minutes was a showcase by Evil live on the Reggie, not on stage, explaining how to make techno using Renoise. Then Bus Error Collective had this very good oscilloscope tech demo explaining all the different steps on converting video for an oscilloscope, why it's hard, why it's good, the optimizations that they did. Very good technological explanation. If other people want to convert videos for the oscilloscope, this is a great reference to check as well, and a good demo as well at the end of the video. The badges. Afonso's decided to do a badge, like the kinds that you see at hacker conferences, because normal badges are boring. They make electronic badges with some chips in it that make some stuff. So Afonso's was doing one. He had some experience doing something for Pixel's camp 3 years ago. So he decided to do one for Inércia as well. Here you only see the backside. On the other side, there are some chips. I don't have mine here. There are some chips, as usual. And the main focus was trying to get a chip that would play or replay mod music. So you can play 4-channel mod music, and you have a volume knob to increase the volume and lower it. And you can already do some sort of different hacks on it, like try to solder your own headphone jack, or putting 3D printing a case for putting the floppy disk in it. So really cool project. The Wild Showcase entry of him explains the project with him with a small presentation. So check out that video as well if you're interested in doing badges stuff. Then we had a very good drone noise release from Nosfe as well, From the River to the Sea. We used to have a drone music competition at Inércia. Now we have an unofficial drone music competition. Nosfe was one of the submissions, so thank you, Nosfe, for this entry. It was very, very relaxing. Baker's Dozen by Marky Design doing 256-byte demo pack, including 13 tiny intros into a single 256-byte executable. Insane how he manages to fit so much stuff in. Very well done, Super Rogue. Thank you for that submission. Mikaleo's doing another funny duck-related joke. Check out the video. Very relaxing video from Leecube as well. 4 minutes of some ambient sounds. Noite da Mosca, very funny game. First-person shooter with a lot of Portuguese Alentejo references. Funny, incomplete, made in Unity, made everybody laugh at the party place. Probably not very politically correct, but funny nonetheless. And then we had the Jogo do Pato by Ana Perfeito and Rui Dorei, a little game that they did at processing to kill time. And that was it for the Wild Showcase at Inércia. We also had Bycham at Inércia, where Genio played some live music. It was great, a great moment of the party, and we had some people participating, some locally, some remote, and doing some very cool TIC-80 graphics. And then, of course, we had the Shader Royale Jam session with 24 people participating, if I'm not mistaken. Live music by Dextrose, and then we reused the shaders for a DJ set by Willow on the same day, and also on Leacube's DJ set the next day. Participation from people in Japan, in Germany, in Finland, UK, United States, France, all over the place. Thank you everybody who participated. It was really cool having this. We also tested the new version using some fragment shader, what's it called? Compute shaders, also being available to do some extra trickery implemented by Writer. And a couple of people used that or abused that to try to make some different kind of effects. So yeah, thank you everybody who participated. It was really cool. We're already planning what to do for Inércia 2024, so stay tuned for those announcements. Meanwhile, there were other parties happening, so let's take a look at that. The first one was, the next one was 30N in Spain, in the Canary Islands at all. Very short, small party. First time there's a demo party happening at the Canary Islands. They had a mixed competition, mostly with graphics in one music and one demo. Petsky artwork by Almighty God. Some very good pixel graphics by DMag. Petsky artwork by Almighty God as well. And then some Warrior 1 entries as well. Scream Blackula Scream. So yeah, good little entries, even though it was a small party, the entries were pretty solid. And then there was also a small demo by Atlantis submitted to the competition as well. So congratulations on organizing your first party. Hope next year things go a bit more smoother, but congratulations nonetheless. Keep at it, and if you need any help, let us know. Then we had Luhecon 3 happening in Germany, which was focused around Commodore 64 stuff. A few little intros released mostly by XS. A few music entries as well, and some graphics. So, short little party happening at the same time as Inércia and 30N, and also JHCon. I ended up not including JHCon here because I don't think they have that many entries, only like one. It's only the diskmag, I believe. Not sure. Anyways, more parties because we are running out of time. Grill and Chill Christmas was also happening in the beginning of December. The next weekend, the weekend after that, they didn't have a competition. They only showed some entries. Grill and Chill, mostly the most important one, a demo for the Commodore 64. The little graphics by Sense Install, and more graphics by Sense Install. Some music by Amitak as well, and Rimmler. So small little party just to chill out with your friends during Christmas time. Then we had the Teletext Advent of 2023, which is a recurring thing, already happened last year with a lot of cool entries, and this year was more of the same. Really cool stuff. I'm gonna go through them real quickly for you to see the diversity of different quality, and it's really cool to see the different ways to abuse the teletext aesthetics here. Teletext, a little bit of a lost art. I mean, it's still, you can still use it on some televisions, but It's more of a retro thing now. It's amazing how much active the Teletext scene is. Like such a niche thing, but still brings a lot of quality entries. And you saw the quantity of them, like over 20. So really cool stuff. Then we had, what else did we had? We had the Tiny Code Christmas, which I already showed you information of, but they also had some releases, which I guess I'm not going to show now, because they're going to be showcased at another event that's happening later in the year, Tilage FX. I'm going to leave it for that, but please participate at Tiny Code Christmas. I think it's really worth it. Then we had Silly Venture 2023. The winter edition of Silly Venture. Only the executables are at scene.org right now, not all of the graphics. You can see the number of competitions that they have. They have entries. They have, like, if they have 2 entries or even just 1 entry, they run a compo out of it. It's a ridiculous amount of compos, in my humble opinion, but they like to diversify for reasons. So here you go. Some good stuff overall for the Atari Falcon, for the Atari ST, for the Atari Portfolio, for the Atari Jaguar. Stunning graphics for the Atari Falcon, this one. You see it here. Really high quality. Really wish this had some competition on it. Like, would easily win any competition. Atari Jaguar 256-byte intro as well. That effect that we already saw being ported to some lower end platforms as well. Atari Jaguar demo. We had some stuff by Resistance, by Tom Rain. And the invitation for 68K inside, this time made for the Atari Jaguar. Some games, some demos for Lynx, and this was where one of the most important releases of the party was released. Twister by 42 Bastion, a happy 30th anniversary from New Generation demo. And this Unknown Worlds by New Generation, this was the demo that was very highly praised on both the Atari and non-Atari communities of the demo scene alike, especially considering that it's for the Lynx. It looks like an Amiga AGA demo. And if you check the specs on the Lynx, you should be able to do this. So very impressive demo. You can see the rating as well here, 9.6. Really high quality, so well done. A few other compos also took place. Atari ST demo with only 2 entries. Extreme won that one. Game competitions, graphics competitions. Not all of the entries are available yet, but ones that the people directly uploaded are already available here. Forever Together by Apterida. Pepe of Hemorrhoids doing a very high quality. Like, I really like the... What's it called? Aliasing technique on this. Like the different aliasing things, giving some different looks on. Very, very good idea. Very well done. Very well executed. Well done, Pepe. Some pixel graphics by Vasil. Very high quality as well. Really love this. Stage Strong by Vasil. Another entry by Vasil. And Critical getting 2nd place. And 1st place going to Jade with this Mr. Jaguar there. Playing Jaguar for the 40th year. Music competitions, Atari VCS competitions, little intro for the Atari XLXE was won by Roger. Also an intro, 256-byte intro for the XLXE as well, won by Sheriff? Okay, Sheriff. And then some Atashi competition as well, which also had a very good releases, like very high quality. Atari XL demo was won by Buddy and PPS. And some graphics. So yeah, also music compo for using the Pokey chip. Wild competition for everything else that couldn't fit the 20-something compos. How can they have 20-something compos and not have enough compos for all the different entries? This is crazy. Anyways, I'm critical of Silly Venture way of organizing compos, but you know, if it works for them, great. Good solid demo party once again, some good quality releases. The highlight being the Unknown Worlds entry from New Generation, as we already mentioned, so please definitely check that one out. And I think that's it in terms of parties. Let me take a quick look. Oh, there's still one more. Only Sprites competition. Commodore 64 people decided they should have more competitions. It's important. They have too little things to do on Christmas, so they decided to do something only using sprites. And Fairlight was against that, so decided to use no sprites in an only sprite competition. They only used bugs. An amazing demo. Everybody's praising this. And yeah, you should definitely check it out, especially if you're a hardware geek or you like these like bugs, hardware bugs being abused to make effects. Fairlight gives an amazing showcase here on this demo. Doing graphics on a sprites only competition without using sprites. Like, so using nothing. You use nothing and you make a good demo out of it. Also some release by Bonsai, by Onslaught, Void 256, Lazy Cow, and another Fairlight. Double Fairlight. Double the Fairlight, triple the excitement. Also some stuff fast made for the compos as well. Some games as well made using only sprites, and some mixed competition, which I don't understand what it was. I guess it's everything else that didn't fit the format. So yeah, check out the only sprites competition. At the very least, the no sprites demo is worth checking out, but some of the others are pretty good as well. So yeah, and now we are probably at the end. So let's take a quick look at the upcoming demo parties that are still happening. Christmas Winter One Screener Online Compo. I think this is for the Fairlight Christmas competition that they're organizing. Then we had the tillage effects coming at the end of the year. If you have some stuff that they're just doing a showcase, they don't have any compos, any productions that you would like to share during the stream that they're doing on the last day of the year, send it to them. And also, I think they're going to do a best of the year showcase kind of thing. So if there's a production you would like to see being played on this demo show, submit it to them as well. And they will also do a showcase of the Tiny Code Christmas submissions. So that will be cool. So yeah, definitely check out Tillage Effects at the end of the year. And then immediately right after, on the first weekend of January, we have 3 parties happening. D-Halt, Last Party, and rsync, also GURP happening later in the month. So very packed January, and February also has a lot of activity. So Demoscene kicking off hard in 2024. Very much looking forward to see what people will be able to do in 2024. I'm going to be very busy organizing all sorts of different things. I'm helping with Lovebite. I'm helping organize the event that's going to happen in Cantanhete at the LoadZX Museum. We're going to organize a mini demo party there at the end of April. And then we have Revision, of course, which I already bought tickets for, and so should you. And all sorts of different things, and Inércia 2024, and all the stuff that comes during the summer. Anyways, very long video, I apologize for that, but a lot of things happened on this first half of December. The second one will probably be shorter. Anyways, hope you have a great day, hope you enjoyed the video, hope you found a lot of hidden gems. Check out all the things on the productions below. And if you can afford to donate me something for all the work that I've been doing, putting together these videos, please consider doing so. Patreon.com/psenough, whatever you're willing to donate. You're very much welcome to help me buy some flu medicine or some sinus medicine, because I have this very weird sinus infection that is giving me a lot of toothache and headache. And yeah. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next video. Bye-bye, everybody. Have a great day.